ございます。テメパークバッツァとミセスバッツァです。
Yeah, it's Theme Park Bazza and
Mrs. Bazza.
And join us on our travel day to Japan. We are all packed. It is 5:20 in the morning. We've been up since 4:30. Uber's on their way to get us to MCO. We're going to get there. We have to check these bags, of course. We've got a long travel day today, haven't we?
Very long travel day.
So a 2-hour flight, 3-hour flight to start with, 2-hour layover, then a 13-hour flight, and then probably 2 hours in the airport sorting things out when we get there. And because we're crossing the international date line going that away, it's now Thursday morning. It will be Friday evening by the time we get to Japan, won't it? So join us. We're going to have some fun. We're going to get in. We are doing this on points. We are flying business class, so we get to go in the lounges and we get some sleep, hopefully, on the plane, and some food, because we're not hungry yet, but we will be later on.
I've had my breakfast.
You had your breakfast already, have you, both? Yeah, good girl, good girl. Right, okay, let's get on the way to Japan. Right, so it's, oh, look, there it is. 6:15, we are through security. TSA was a bit busy, wasn't it, Max?
Yeah, not really.
The pre-check's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're going to take advantage of the first thing of business and get into the American lounge down here at near gate 55, where our flight's going from. Let's go and check into the lounge. I never get how busy these airports are at 6 o'clock in the morning, do you?
Crazy,
Yeah?
The roads were quiet though.
Yeah. In the American lounge, you need to go downstairs for the food. If you come in, there's no seating, there's just a few seats upstairs, but downstairs is where all the good stuff is. I'll go around there, Max. Oh yeah, see if you want. You can sit, there is a bench seat there in the middle. Comfy chairs, yeah.
Do you want to go that one?
Yeah. I've scuppered those plans. Oh, coffee, some juice. Muffins, toaster. I don't really fancy anything yet, too early for me. Right?
You don't fancy any oatmeal or anything?
30-second breakfast today.
Yeah.
Making the most of it. Comfy enough? What you doing, Max?
And some nuts.
You're stealing him for the plane, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts, Max, on the 13-hour flight?
Not looking forward to it.
You don't like travelling, do you?
I don't like travelling.
I like it. To me, it's part of the journey.
Yeah, I don't like travelling.
No?
I'd rather just get there.
You've got a long time to get there. Thank you. Bye. 55 Roberts. Which is there? Is that it? What gate we're going from? So we went to board at the gate that was just outside the lounge, and they've changed the gate.
Yeah.
Got no notification on the app. That was not very good. So we now have to hoof to the other end of the terminal to board. You usually get notification, don't they, if you change the gate?
They do.
The other thing we've done on both flights, just to test it, is we've pre-booked meals, haven't we?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's not really because we needed to, but we just wanted to test the system. We've never done that before on both flights and see how that goes. But we have to head right across here to the next group of boarding gates. Now, last night's flight didn't get in until 3 hours later. I don't know if that's why they switched it
Maybe.
to a different gate, so we'll see. 34, that was. Excited. Excited. Are you going first? Should I get that window?
What number are we on?
3, on the far side. Going to put your bag up top?
No.
It says it's going to be bumpy today, about an hour in, because that weather's still around. So we have a standard first class seat, don't we? Bit of extra room, lots of leg room. No tellies in these, it's like the last flight we did, isn't it, to New York. No, got to put your iPad. No screens, yeah. You do get a charging port. And a bit of room. But yeah, it does say it's going to be a little bit bumpy on the way. You got 2 windows. 2. You can control 2 blinds. And look at the mist outside.
It's not misty, it's just...
Humidity.
Yeah.
It's an A321 extended over water flight.
Can't see our bags.
Sit bags. You can see them on the app actually. If you go on the app,
I saw that.
it should tell you if the bags are on board. So one's checked in, we're waiting on the other one.
Have they finished doing the boat stuff?
What do you think then?
There's quite a lot to choose from, isn't there?
So I was trying to work out what this thing was here. Apparently it's for your tablet, so you can have your tablet out while you're actually eating or drinking. I don't think my tablet would work, but it's kind of a hinge thing. I think it's more for your phone than your tablet, because my tablet will just crush it. But that must be a 787 thing. I've never seen that. And they also have hidden drawers here. Everything's not very clean, but it's. Did you say, Max?
Said it's Florida water in my tea. I can smell it from here without even tasting it. Let me try it.
Top was very clean out. Yeah, Max is getting out of wipes. It's never a good sign, but you can see things need a little bit of a wipe down. Especially when food's going on there. So here's the main, it looks pretty good. The salmon, some fruit, and a bagel with cream cheese. That's quite a filling dish to start for breakfast. Maxine's third, fourth breakfast today. Is it? Is it? Third or fourth breakfast today?
Third.
So he asked us what we wanted, and we asked for salmon, and then he did say, oh yeah, you have pre-ordered, so they did remember. But still gave us the option. I think there was some, what was the other one? Some mushroom thing? Quiche? Mushroom quiche or something. But it's well presented. Yeah, looks nice. Maxine can have my horrible melon. Nice. You enjoying?
It's good. Did you enjoy yours?
It was very good, yeah. One thing I think they could have done better was maybe take the bagel out of the packet and warm it. And give you got it like it's a warm bagel instead of just from the fridge. But everything else was really good. Very impressed with American. And a nice lighter breakfast. It's now, what time is it? Quarter to 9, mimosa time, says Maxine. Yeah, it's 8:45. So our next meal will be on the next flight at about
1 p.m. I think it'd be 2 p.m. so lose an hour because the time zone change. But yeah, so we'll be eating in about another 4 or 5 hours. That'll be the next meal. So this is one thing I do like about American. They do track your bags, so you can see both our bags are tracked as they were loaded, as they were checked in actually, and then loaded onto the plane, and that'll get updated when we get to Dallas. So I do like that about American. They do have a good tracking system for your bags dynamically. I think we're going to avoid watching movies because the next flight's 13 hours and it'll be exactly the same movie choice. So I think we've got just under 2 hours to go on this one. That's another tip as well. If you're booking these, what I call long haul, and for me long haul is like anything longer than 10 hours, and you're doing things like where you got a couple of flights, make sure you can try and book the one that is the longest leg, that has the best seats for you. Like we could have flown from here or from Orlando to LAX, then from LAX to Japan, but what that would mean, it would have been 5 hours in these type of seats and then another 7 hours in a flatbed. But doing it this way, we only get 3 hours in this and we get 13 hours in a flatbed. So actually it would be more than 7.5, yeah, about the same. Yeah. So you basically get the longer time in the best seat. And also the other tip is, if you're going to book these long hauls, try and go for the newer aircraft. Like we booked on a 787, which we know has the newer flatbeds. Just the newer planes tend to have better seats, period. Just from 17 years of flying around the world, in various classes, understanding that's what I always used to do, go for the newest plane and try and book the longest leg on the best seat possible and the shortest leg on the worst seat you're going to get. That's top tips if you're going what I call long haul, which is 10 hours plus. Max has never been this sort of distance, so we'll talk to her about that in a bit, and also I'll give you some tips for handling 10-hour plus flights that I've learnt over the years. But we're going to settle down, maybe watch some some TV on the iPad and save the movies for the next leg.
So we're off the flight, aren't we?
We are.
Landed on time, and what's always the way when you've got a 2-hour layover, the gate we're going from is about 5 gates down from where we landed in a different terminal to what we were supposed to, so yeah, we have a 3-minute walk in the next 2 hours. But we may go in another lounge and take advantage of our business class ticket in Dallas Fort Worth. It's flipping cold here.
It is cold.
Get a fleece on in a minute. So let's go and get the lay of the land. I think our plane is already in the 787. It literally is 5 gates down to the right. So we'll go have a quick look at that and find the lounge. Well, we're still walking 10 minutes later. We went into the American lounge and she said, you can go in the Flagship lounge, and sent us out. So yeah, I don't know what the Flagship lounge is. I'm assuming it's a better lounge. I have no idea. I have no idea, but she said come in like it was some big deal. So yeah, let's go and have a look what the Flagship lounge is like. Club, I guess. So I have no idea what this lounge is. Mike Maxon thinks it's posher because of the building.
It smells posher.
Soap. Posh soap.
Posh soap. It smells of posh soap.
Yeah. Grab a seat somewhere.
Okay.
Look a bit. If you want to, these two, or do you want to go further down? I'm not interested in what's in this lounge. Oh, they have a champagne bar in the middle, Max.
Yes. And waffles. I am never going to stop eating for the next 2 days.
Is that our flight? I think that's our plane down there.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, we've gone that.
Oh yeah, Max, you got your own champagne bar.
Wine.
Is that wine?
Champagne. I don't know how to open it.
That's the lady at the front on the way. Oh, some hot food. Should I go and get you a glass of champagne? Oh, I've done my job. This is dead posh. You got like even proper napkins, cloth ones, not paper ones. Max is right, dead posh in here. Oh, that's good. Now I think back, I think Flagship might be the brand for Americans like business class. Branded business class. Is it? You think it is? Hello. Look behind the light there. Can't move that I can. There we go. So I think that's what it might be. The Flagship. This thing. But we're not
We've
that.
been in one before.
Have we?
Is it not the Flagship at Heathrow?
No, Heathrow was the. I can't remember the one in Heathrow. We went in that posh one once. Basically, you get free booze, which you do. Well, you do get most American ones, international, and they have an omelette station, and they have fresh fruit, and they had some salmon again, didn't they? Mm. And then they had some hot food as well, cheesy grits.
We had cheese grits, the sausages, scrambled egg mix, waffles.
I'm quite happy with this as my breakfast. Another tip: if you're going to be doing a lot of flying, like long haul, don't eat a lot because you just get bloated with the. Look at the face. Don't eat a lot. How many? Is that your 4th plate today? Yeah. I do anyway. I get bloated with all the just sat down for like, and I'm talking like 10+ hour type flights. I just kind of like to have a drink and some nibbles, keep me going. You going back for some more?
That was so good.
Was that good? Mike's had a waffle with strawberries. If you didn't say that, it's gone. Did you enjoy it?
Only a quarter.
Only a quarter of a waffle, yeah.
Just a little bit.
I think that's the sort of plane we're going on next. It's a biggie one.
This one.
That could be a 787, I'm not sure. Can't really see from here. So yes, we only have 30 minutes before we board our flight. They boarded an hour beforehand. And then you'll see we've got individual seats, flatbeds, and they do, this newer plane do a like forward-facing, backward-facing seat. Maxine doesn't like facing backwards, so I gave her the forward one. I got the rear-facing next to her. Maybe like, I think Virgin do a similar thing, and British Airways used to do a similar thing. So we got 2 of those, and the next flight is 13 hours and 2 minutes. So that's going to be a interesting one. But we might get another second glass of champagne. Oh, we're doing well. We lasted till 10 AM, 10:30 actually, before we had our first bubbly.
Because the other one was closed.
Only because the other one was closed. It's 6:30. That's true. You like your bubbly when you're flying, don't you?
I do.
Okay, it's boarding time. We just got buzzed. They're boarding our group, so we need to head to the gate. Which is just about 2 or 3 minutes ahead of us. We have to do a passport check again on the way in. You enjoy that?
It was good.
You've had smoked salmon. You've had champagne. You're feeling suitably pampered.
Yes.
Good. Let's see if we get on this plane. Maybe get another champagne before we take off.
Yeah.
Depends how good the service is, we'll see. So yeah, we did have to go and get a paper passport and paper ticket, should say, paper passport. We have a paper ticket. And again, they wanted to see vaccination cards, which is odd because we've already done the TSA pre-check, but we had them, so we showed them. And they had to give us a stamp on here to say that say we were vaccinated, I guess. So we will board the plane.
Through the galley, make a left.
Next to her.
Okay.
Follow
her.
Follow the boss, yeah.
Follow the boss.
No, you're facing the, you're 3, aren't you?
There's 4 on
You can swap if you want.
Where are you?
3L. No, these 2.
It's on this side.
You can face front, you don't like facing backwards, do you? Yeah, that's the front of the plane, so that's facing forward.
Yeah.
This do for you?
Yeah.
Your bag's been up top, you're going to keep it down here. Maybe you might be able to get it under there. And your footrest. Oh, they've got them fancy windows, Max. I've never seen them before. Like dip electronically. There she is. So hers is forward facing. That's the best one if you want privacy, because here you're basically staring straight into somebody, and these things don't have doors on them. So this is not the best seat if you want privacy, but seat wobbles a bit. So we have a screen, some power here. I'm assuming there's some storage in these things. There's not a lot in there, and you have a little bit of storage for your shoes under there. And it looks like they give you a pair of slippers under there. You have a amenity kit. You know, headphones with nowhere to store them. Always put those on after you take off in case there's an emergency and you have to evacuate. Stick that in the bag. I think there'll be a mask in there though to wear, so I might need that for the sleepy time. Yes, there's a mask in here, so I'll be wearing that at sleeping time. Strange, there's no holder for the water either. They're just missing like a little water bottle for the water. These things are going to slide around when you take off. Wishes I'm going to be going that way. Right, we have a controller here for something. I think that's a light of some kind. Yeah. Oh, I don't know how to turn it off now. I have no idea what this is. Looks like some kind of iPad. Oh, that's for the seat control. Very cool. And then you've got the screen, which is a touch screen as well. And then this, I guess, is for storage as well. Maybe phones go in there. I want my phone to charge in there. Here's the menu that we have. I ordered the sea bass and Max ordered the beef just to test it on the way out. You get a salad, get a small plate. They have Japanese meals as well. They have an express meal. They have some mid-flight snacks. And then they have a light meal as well prior to arrival. This is very cool. I've seen these on other flights before. I've never had one of these where you press these buttons and instead of having a shade, it's electric basically. Photoelectric blast, and it actually becomes lighter or darker as you play with the buttons. And also the cabin crew can override it and turn it down to let people sleep, which is a good idea. And there's some big engines out there. This is our flight today. See what hours it says we're going to be on this thing. So we cross the international date line and lose a day. That's why we land on Friday. So we'll make it in 12 hours 45 minutes, a distance of 6,560 miles. Probably the longest flight that Max has ever been on. A couple of tips if you're going on these flights are to mentally get yourself prepared. You're going to be on here for 12, 13 hours. As I say, I mentioned earlier on about eating a little bit lighter, wear comfy clothes, you know, bring the stuff with you, medicines and all that kind of stuff. The other thing as well is, you know, like normally if the last 3 or 4 hours are the worst, because normally like you get on a plane, you have something to eat, drink, you watch a movie, maybe have a bit of a nap, you wake up, you have something else to eat, and then you're there. On this plane you do all that, you wake up, and then you've got another 5 hours to go, so a little bit different. That's interesting. Maxim's got a shoulder one for the front facing, but the rear facing ones have just got a regular seatbelt, so I'll get mine on because they're saying just turn the seatbelt sign on. But yeah, so forward facing have a full Monty one and back facing don't. This sounds a bit snobbish, but I'm a bit disappointed in we had orange juice or water or anything to drink when we got on. We got on early. I thought they'd have been on here like half an hour now. Usually you'd expect a business to bring something round for you. But, no. Okay, so we're off the ground, just leaving more or less on time to Tokyo. I know it's only been on the plane 45 minutes, but I'm having a moan already. I'm not going to tell Max this, but I got a bad feeling about this particular cabin crew on this particular flight, just because somebody who's, I've done a lot of flying on different airlines. And there's a couple of reasons. One is they've been non-existent since we got on. Like I say, everybody got on, they stood at the end of the aisle, didn't greet anybody, never came around and offered anybody juice. And I know you say, oh, moaning, but you go Virgin, you go Premium, you get a glass of water, a glass of juice, nothing. They've only come around for the menus so far. For the security, for the safety briefing, they were nowhere to be seen. The people across from me didn't have the seatbelts on properly. Nobody told them. The lady across from me even had her seat reclined, they're like a flatbed. Nobody said anything. And they've just been charging backwards and forwards, restocking shelves and doing things like that. So, I'm just... you get that it says, like, we're primarily here for your safety. No.
No, it's I'm not a bit born, but I'm somebody who's a seasoned flyer, and that to me is breaking a golden rule when you're not doing the safety stuff, as well as not doing the greeting, nice people stuff as well. Not seen either on this, so you'll find out when you do these long haul flights that the cabin crew can make or break a good flight, and I got a bad feeling. We'll see how it works out. But I'm going to get some things on charge, get my shoes off now, and see how long it is before we get some food and drinks out, because we've been on board over an hour now and nothing. So it's almost 2 hours since we boarded, and they've come around with some drinks now. So we have some warm nuts. I got some water, and believe it or not, that is a tumbler full of champagne. What they give me in a flute, but just kind of fill it up like it's a gallon glass. And I think Mrs. over the back there is already on the sake. From what I can gather, we'll have a sneak peek. Paying attention, but I think she's having sake at this point. So the starters have arrived. We've got a salad. I got a spicy sauce in it, which was good, and cauliflower that tastes like cold cauliflower. No idea. I don't think I'll be eating that, but this is okay because I got the spicy sauce on, and a bread roll, and I'm just warming the butter in my hand. So that's the starter, I guess. So I got the fish, which I'm very happy about after that many courses, with some vegetables and rice and a sauce. I don't know, Max has got hers yet. Max? Got yours yet? Yeah. So to be fair, I've been pretty good so far, haven't I? I mean, I had salad and then I had fish, so it's pretty light. So it's dessert time. Yeah, it's Sunday with ice cream and berries and fresh cream and nuts. How was your meal?
It was pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like best?
The salad was amazing.
Yeah, starter was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I like the starter. The ice cream was a bit meh. My fish was good.
The steak was okay. It was more like braised beef than a steak. So it was like stringy beef. It tasted alright. But the salad, I don't know what ranch that was, but I've never had it.
I got the spicy one.
Did you?
Nice, yeah.
I had the ranch. I don't know. It's going down very nicely.
Although having some for dessert, but I decided to give it a miss.
There's still half of that left if you want, because I had a glass of wine as well. So you can have some of that if you want.
What do you think then? Is it alright?
Yeah, it's good. Just figured out how to...
There's a manual mode as well.
Yeah, I've figured it out, and then I'm trying to figure out the entertainment stuff's quite difficult with this thing anyway.
Oh yeah, I tried to tap it on there. It's not very good on
there's
there.
There's no like hope buttons,
No.
like say yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And it's not very. When I've tapped on there, it's like going to full volume and no volume, so they're not very sensitive.
I don't know. I haven't done that before. I've just been on here because I'm too far away.
So before I lay down for a kip, let me show you this bathroom. I mean, it's huge. I mean, let me stand in this corner here, and then you have obviously the sink and the door and the toilet, and now if I can put my arms out here, you'll see. For a toilet bathroom, this is huge. Excuse me, I'm going to use it and then get back to my seat. I'm up from a bit of a snooze. This is the weird time where we've eaten, we've drank, we've watched a movie, we've slept. I just woken up and it's still 6 hours to go in the flight time. So yeah, it's like just getting on a flight just boarding a flight from New York to England and you haven't even taken off yet. So this flatbed is very comfortable. There is no topper to go on it. But that's okay because you just need it and you can stretch right out, and I like to sleep in like the fetal position on my side, and no problem with this bed. I got about 3 hours of kind of broken sleep, but it wasn't turbulent. It was just I don't sleep well anyway, but at least I got some sleep. The plane Max is still giving Zeds. I was kind of woken up by another group of people who were enjoying themselves in the middle of the plane. So they kind of woke me up with the noise. But as far as the meal goes, as you saw, it was very good. The one thing, again, I know I'm nitpicking, but the only time that we really saw the crew was when the meal was being served, and as soon as you served the meal, they were hovering up and down the aisle every minute, and as soon as you ate the last scrap from your dish on your thing, they jumped in and took it away. That whole meal service, so the first trolley of drinks, 3 courses, trolley of drinks, was an hour for the whole business. And then, I haven't seen them again, but I've been sleeping, so they might have been around, but once the meal service was done, they were gone. So very efficient, pleasant, but not really engaging or enjoying the job, so to speak, which is a shame. But the food was good, I can't complain. The bed is excellent, can't complain. Still got 6 hours to go. I guess I'll end up watching another movie, or maybe trying to the people who are enjoying themselves have now decided to go back to sleep. So maybe I'll try and get back to sleep. I did check out the other bathroom at the other end of the plane, at the nose of the plane, because that's a normal size one. So that must be a special bathroom for, as I say, for disabled access over there at the back. So 6 hours to go. We're halfway there. So I've been awake about an hour now, not seen anybody, no flight attendants. But there is some noise, people chatting, and some glass going on over there, I think. Oh, someone's actually just gone to the front to get a drink from one of the seats. But there is a lot of clinging of glasses and noise coming from the galley across from me. So I'm assuming they may be starting a drink service, but yeah, a couple of people have walked down to the front to get a drink because nobody's been round. Yeah, back again. That was false hopes, unfortunately. That cabin service was for the other cabin, not ours, so it's an hour later. Still, we haven't had anybody round. We did have one of the flight attendants walk around and look down at everybody and then disappear. Didn't ask anybody if they needed anything. And yeah, I know, you could say, Barry, you're being a bit sort of looking snobby. You can go and get your own drink. You can go and get your own drink. And, if you're that thirsty, stop moaning about it. But the fact is, this is a premium seat. And you expect premium service. If you were to buy a ticket, if we were to pay full price for this, it's $10,000 each return. That's a whole lot of money. It's $10,000. And you expect $10,000 to get it's called Flagship. The whole program is called Flagship. You expect premium product. Food's okay, seat's quite good, service sucks. I mean, really, if you're paying that kind of money, and I'm more disappointed for Max, because I wanted to have like a premium experience on the plane, and I've had better service on premium, or even economy, on Virgin, and definitely the Aer Lingus one we did on business was better than this one. So yeah, I won't be trying American again on the business flights. And again, it comes down to it's the flight crew at the end of the day. It's not the flight crew, it's the flight attendants at the end of the day. So if you go to a restaurant, it makes the difference between a good meal or a bad meal, the service you get. If you're paying 10 grand for a seat, it'd be nice to have not be 6 hours between drink services, let's put it that way. I'm not talking alcoholic, I'm just talking water, bringing water and juice around. So anyway, I'm moaning, but I'm moaning. And you might say, well, Barry, American have a reputation for that. Why didn't you book, another airline? Well, 3 years ago, we did. We were on ANA, Japan Airways, and we're on Hong Kong, and then every year we rebooked. The points were worth less and less and less. And when we came to rebook a year ago, this was the only airline we could get. And actually, I tried to extend our trip by a couple of days, and I couldn't even do that because the air miles now to twice what I paid a year ago. So they're worth a lot less than they were. There's little things like, internet, they're charging, even in business, $35 a head to use internet. I would use it, but, when we flew Aer Lingus last year to the UK, they gave, it was complimentary. And I know other airlines do it complimentary as well. Virgin do when you come over. So, yeah. No, I will not be flying these guys again on business. I just hope they bring some more food around. It's been 6 hours since we saw anybody. I can feel the seat moving, so Max is waking up. It's banging my seat, so she must be starting to come to now. So I've had a good moan for the last 20 minutes with you. Max has just woken up. Tell us what you think of the experience then, Max.
Well, I wouldn't say I've just woken up. I've been dozing for the last 6 hours. So, yeah, it's not been the best service. I don't think we've eaten like 6 hours ago. Was it 6 hours ago? We ate, and then they've not been around with anything, not even a glass of water. So, I hate to think what the economy people are like. Yeah, it's not been great service. And I've even seen people walking up and down the aisle trying to go in and getting their own drinks and everything because the hosts are just not bringing anything round.
How was your bed?
The bed was not the comfiest either. It's very complicated, all these new gadget things. I like. Yeah, I need physical buttons. How much did you say these seats are worth?
About 10 grand.
$10,000. There's no way.
I actually think we got better service in Virgin.
Yeah, we did.
And I think the Aer Lingus flight we did last year to Manchester on business was. What do you think of that compared to the Aer Lingus one we did?
Yeah, it was a lot better. Even though we had screaming kids around us.
The other one on the way back. We had the good food.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, the food was okay, but it was just like. It was supposed to be fillet steak, well, fillet of beef, let's get this right, but it was like braising steak, so it was like stringy, like it, so it was just, I mean, it tasted okay, but
We're just
the
a
best.
pair of morning minis.
Yes, we are.
And I worked for 3 years to get points for this.
Yeah.
Hard for 3 years.
Yeah. So, and I wouldn't have liked to have paid for it, that's for sure. I would not have been happy.
So it's a little bit later in the flight. Seatbelt signs just come on. That's typical as we're about to eat. So we have seen our first service of any kind, including like juice or water, for 9 hours. I never thought I'd say that on a vlog before. Never thought that ever happened before in business class. But 9 hours for any service, and now we got the omelette and some salad and a cake. I did go about 2 hours ago and hunt for water and food, and I'll put some clips in here. I found some water and some pretzels at one end of the cabin, and then about an hour later I managed to find a couple of sandwiches, and that was it. There was no drinks or sodas down. Bottles of water at the other end of the cabin. So I got Max and me a sandwich, and a bag of crisps about an hour ago. But yeah, 9 hours. I can't believe I'm saying it. 9 hours between service. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Never could foresee the things would turn out the way they did. Your stories weren't just stories after all. You and I both had it wrong. Now picking up the pieces one by one, I'm done. This whole thing is so bizarre. Our last goodbye, au revoir. 'Cause I'll never forgive you. I'm done.
So we made it. We are here in Japan, as you can see by the vending machines next to us. We are in the airport, Narita Airport. So we just got through immigration and security. Those QR codes really worked well, didn't they? It's now, we got through at 3:15 and we landed at 3:45.
Yeah.
Something like that. So it's half an hour to get through customs and immigration. It's quite funny was the COVID thing. I know we've done all the things, but you said, do you feel all right? When and they let you through, didn't they? So it was good. The other one's a little more rigorous, checking everything out. I have to say, unfortunately, the landing of the flight was a repeat of the takeoff. The flight attendants never checked anybody's seatbelts. People didn't have them on properly. There was blankets on the floor and pillows on the floor. If there'd been an accident or a problem, then there'd have been some injuries.
Yep.
Yeah, so never came and checked seats were back. They never checked seatbelts were back. They never checked that the floor was clear. So I think I'm done with American, for example. It's not because there wasn't good service, but I don't feel safe flying with them when the flight attendants don't pay any attention to the safety things. So we have obviously got to fly back with them, and then we have one more trip with American in next month, I think, to use the last of the points up the air miles. But I think we're done then.
Yeah, it was not good.
I think the title of this vlog will be like, we're done, or we're over, because that I was saying on the vlog, you didn't hear me, but like I never thought I'd say the words I waited. It was 9 hours between services on the plane.
They never even came around with water.
No, 9 hours.
9 hours.
Yeah, it was like, I mean,
Disgraceful.
I don't think I've ever been on such a bad flight in 20 years of flying for
That
service.
was the worst flight I've ever been on.
Yeah, for service.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to go. We're going to do a couple of things now. We're going to go and find the railway ticket place, because if you buy these tickets, if you're a visitor, it's called a JR Pass. You can only get it if you don't live here. You get a bite before you come, and you get a voucher, and then you go and get an unlimited travel pass to go around Tokyo, which we're going to use when we go to Universal and probably tomorrow. And we also have to go and get something called an IC card, which gets you on the metro for travelling, like an Oyster card for England. And then we also have to try and get some seats on the Narita Express.
Yeah.
To get us to the hotel. And we also need to decide if we're going on that drinking thing tomorrow. We'll have to check the weather. We have up to 6 o'clock, and it's now 20 past 3 to cancel, depending on the weather, which doesn't look very good tomorrow. It's going to be an inch of rain.
It was raining when we came in, didn't you see?
I was filming out the window, so to see how bad it was. But tomorrow's going to be worse.
All right.
But we'll have a check, because we can cancel that for free, and we may do something else tomorrow night. So bear with us. Let's go and just check the weather first and look at that, and then we'll head up to find a railway station somewhere. So that was quite an ordeal, wasn't it? It took us over an hour in line to get the JR Rail Pass, which are these type of tickets that you put in and put out, but the line was really long because there's only 5 people on, and some people were like booking whole trips while they're here, and people were only one person for the whole group, so some had like 10 passports with them, getting 10 tickets anyway. So we did that, and then we've now got a reservation for Narita Airport, so we're catching the next
Narita Express.
Next train.
We're going that way.
Yeah, it's not us. Yeah, so we're so there's a train coming in. It's not our train, and then we have a 90-minute train ride. I didn't realize that long. 10 to 5 until 6:15 to get us to Shinjuku station, and then we have about a 15-minute walk from there, and then we're at the hotel, which will be about 6. Okay, that's a double car one.
Oh,
very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Now I want to see what happens to these barriers here. Did they go down?
No, they go up.
That's very cool.
That's very cool.
Well, they won't go behind your chair. Must be a luggage thing at the beginning or the end of the car. How close it gets. This is number 6. This is number 7. This is 7, isn't it?
7号車から12号車は渋谷と終点新宿に停車いたします。座席はすべて指定となっております。グリーン車は
putting your bags here, but it was pretty tight squeeze to get them in. There's a bit of room overhead, but the other
トイレは1号車、6
view
号
overhead.
車、7号車
I'm assuming there's another train coming the other way.
車内は
Well, we're here, aren't we?
Finally made it.
That was a bit of a hassle.
That was a pain.
We got lost in the railway station. You can see a bit hot and sweaty. We got lost in the railway station. How long were we going around that station? Half an hour?
Oh, easily.
Trying to find our way out, and in the end we just had to kind of surface and try and, because there's lots of tunnels underground. Huge station, wasn't it? And Google wasn't giving us a lot of help because it couldn't pick up a signal because we were kind of underground.
Yeah.
So we eventually made it here, and it's gale force winds, so we got blown along, didn't we? And then we got to the Hilton hotel, and we stood inside in another line for half an hour to check in. And it's really warm, isn't it? It's really, I'm very surprised how warm and still. I know we've been charging around.
Yeah,
with,
I think it's because we've been charging a little bit more.
But here's our room. We won't give you a room tour today. They got these funky blinds that have curtains. They have like these fancy drag across blinds, and then some other ones that come across there as well. So how long have we been travelling for today, Max?
27 hours.
27 hours, probably the longest trip we'll ever do, unless we go to Japan, go to Australia from the US. So I hope you enjoyed our travel day vlog. We hope we would have gone and enjoy it more than we did.
Yeah.
But we're here, so we are going to stay tuned. We're going to do some more filming while we're here. We may do something over the weekend when we're going to go and see the cherry blossoms and some of the local bars. And then coming up soon will be Disney and Universal in Japan. So thanks for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel. Put your comments below, and we will go and have a shower and something to eat and go to bed and see thee later. Bye.